In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial from my group on how to cut this stylish bridal corset dress. So if you're still having issues on how to draft your corset pattern, you can join us on our 5 days corset class where we'll be teaching you how to draft 5 different types of corsets. So for today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to cut this. So looking at this corset, you notice that it's an inbuilt corset. So this part on the shoulder was actually draped after the corset was made, and this cape was actually draped on it. But with this pattern, we are not making use of a cape. The requested tutorial is on how to draft this. So also for the back part of this dress, you realize that we have a yoke, and this part also was draped on top of the actual corset. So also looking at this, you notice that there's no cut on the corset itself. These boning channels were actually made on top or underneath it and then beaded by the sides. So now let's go ahead to start. And to start, I've already gone ahead to mark out my basic measurement, which includes my shoulder to bust, under bust, waistline, and this is an inbuilt corset. We add 5 inches for the blouse length. So whatever Basque effect was that was gotten was actually after the dress was being drafted. Like after you're done making the dress, you put on the skirts. So I'll start by marking my shoulder divided by 2, then add half inch because this dress has a sleeve. I'll go ahead to come down by 1 inch and I'll be marking my shoulder slope or shoulder slant. So the next step is to go ahead to mark your basic neckline, and I'll go ahead to blend this out. Now I'll mark out the basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches and I'll go ahead to connect. After I'm done connecting, I'm going to go ahead to find my chest line, which is my bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I'll draw out a straight line at that point. So after this, the next step is to go ahead to mark what you have on the shoulder on the chest line again. Go ahead to place your ruler and you're going to connect. Now I'm going to divide what I have here into 2 and mark. So from here, I'll mark my bust circumference on the chest line divided by 4. So I'll go ahead to connect my pattern. And from that half inch, I'll connect all the way up. So let me blend this out. So after I'm done marking this, the next step I'll take is to go ahead to mark my dart. So to mark my dart, I'll mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 7 inches divided by 2. I have 3.5 inches. So I'll go ahead to mark this all the way going down. And I'll also mark where I want the cup to stop. If you notice, the neckline is as if it's a bit deep, it's slightly deep. So I'll just go up by 1.5 inches here. You can use 2 inches, but if you're plus size, please go ahead to use at least up to 2 inches to 2.5 to cover the bust area very well. And I'll go ahead to connect. So after I'm done connecting now, the next step I'm going to take is to mark my dart. So I'll be using a basic dart intake of 1 inch on both sides of my pattern. So for this pattern, you're going to tape it up after you're done cutting it out, because if you notice, there's no joining on the pattern. It's just the boning channels that were made underneath it or on top of the pattern. So I'll go ahead to connect from my bust to my under bust and also connect at the other side of my pattern. So after this, I'll be taking my basic dart intake of 1 inch. Now if you're plus size, you should use 1.5 inches on both sides, or use 1 inch here and 2 inches here. Or if you're a bit busty, that is the dart intake you'll be using. So I'll go ahead to connect. So after I'm done marking, I'll go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. and then take this dart intake of 2 inches, replace it and add my sewing allowance. Since it's an inbuilt corset, you don't need too much sewing allowance. I'll mark my underpost circumference divided by 4, measure 2 inches dart intake, replace and add my sewing allowance of 1/2 inch. Here I'm going to mark my waist circumference. Now you want to snatch your waist. The waist I'm using is, my waist is 28. If you take out 2 inches, I have 26. So 26 divided by 4 will give you 6.5. I'll measure 2 inches here, replace it and add my sewing allowance. Here I'll mark my hip circumference divided by 4. So these 2 inches dart intake, I'll replace yours might be 2 inches or more depending, and I'll add 1/2 inch. So from here I'm going to connect my pattern from here also to here and to this side. So before going ahead to mark out, I'll mark my bust dart. And to get your bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist in front and your shoulder to waist at the back. My shoulder to waist in front is 17. My shoulder to waist at the back is 15.5. So 17 minus 15.5, you have 1.5 inches. So for my cup now, I'll come down by 1/2 inch from my chest line, or I'll use my bust point. So since I do not see what is actually there, but whatever is there should be a bit deep. From the neckline you will notice like it's slightly deep, so take it to your bust or 1/2 inch above your bust. Now you're going to connect from here to this side. So to draw out your cup on this side, there are several ways to do that. You can divide what you have here into 2, or go ahead to mark your nipple to nipple and add 1/2 inch if you're on a smaller size, but if you're a plus size, go ahead to add 1 inch to it. So I'll go ahead and place my ruler and I will connect. So you also want to blend out. Let me cut this out so that it will be easier for us. So blend it out and make sure it is matching at this side before doing the rest. So I'm going to go ahead to connect this to my underbust this way. So this is what I have. Now you come up by 1.5 to 2 inches by the side of your pattern, and I'm going to connect this. So this is an inbuilt corset. If you look at it carefully, it's an inbuilt corset, but to achieve the Basque waistline of this corset, you have to go ahead to place your skirt and trace it out on it, giving it the Basque. So now I'll go ahead to take this off. I'll take off this pattern as one piece. So now for the yoke of this front, you notice that there's at the yoke part we have like a white fabric that is draped. So you are going to join your yoke, or you're going to join your pattern. That is, you might do that after you're done sewing. That is joining your yoke. That is when you now do that part. So I'll be doing that much later. So I'll go ahead and I will cut this out. After cutting this out, we'll be draping the upper part of this dress. You notice on this dress there's an additional sleeve that was draped on the yoke, like a Queen Anne neckline on top. So from here I'm just going to take this all the way going to the end, and then I'll place my pattern paper and I'll trace this out. So you also be draping this at the back like in form of a Queen Anne neckline, but whatever you're draping, you have to make the dress first, then you're now going to drape it from the back to the front. If you notice there's no joining there, all you have to do is to turn your fabric and then place it on the person directly, and then you're going to hand tack. Also note that the dress has a shoulder pad at the upper part. So this is the back pattern of the dress. So for the back pattern of this dress, sorry, you notice there's a yoke and there's also a draping on it. So this is the draping I was talking about. After you're done making your dress, the yoke area, you're going to drape this from the back going to the front, and you're also going to add a shoulder pad to this dress. So for this pattern, I've marked out my basic measurement just like we did for the front, and here is my chest line, bust, and my shoulder to waist at the front back is 15.5, while the front is 17. So here now is my top length, which is extra 5 inches, just like I added extra 5 inches to the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and mark a basic neckline of 3 inches by 1.5 for the back, and I'll go ahead to connect it. After I'm done connecting, the next step I'll take is to mark my dart. I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 7 inches divided by 2. I have 3.5 inches, which I'll go ahead to mark. So after marking this, I'll go ahead to place my ruler and connect. So here, I'll go ahead. I'll also connect it to the lower parts of my pattern. So now, the next step is to mark your dart intake. I'll be marking ½ inch on both sides and then come down by 1 inch from the bust. And after that, I'll go ahead to place my ruler and I will connect and also connect at the other side. So I'll go ahead to extend this all the way down and also extend at the other side of the pattern. So the next step you want to take is to insert your measurement. I'm going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4 and add ½ inch because there's no sewing allowance. Here you're going to mark your waist circumference. That's one you used for the front. That is what you will use for the back. Next, measure this dart intake, replace and add ½ inch. This pattern is an inbuilt pattern, so you don't need so much sewing allowance. Here, mark your waist circumference divided by 4 and add your sewing allowance of ½ inch. Unless you want to make this in form of a basque, that's when you will do this. But this dress is an inbuilt corset. After sewing the upper part, you make your skirt, place it on it, draft out the basque waistline at the front. So we are still going to draft out the skirt area, and there's a design on it which will also be explaining. So I'll go ahead to connect this. So after connecting this, you also want to go ahead to come up by 2 inches at this point. After coming up by 2 inches, place your ruler and connect. So the next step you want to take now is to mark out the lacing area. So you can use 2 inches, 2.5. So if you notice the back is quite open. So you can use 2.5 to 3 inches. So I'm just using 2.5 for that, and I will draw out a straight line. Make a mark to indicate that I have a lacing at this point. So you can go ahead to cut out your pattern and blend it up as one pattern, or to make it easier, this dart intake you have here, go ahead to return it at the lower part so that you can easily blend in your darts here. And I'll extend it and also extend this. What I'll now do is I'll add up this dart that I did not add by this side, then reconnect my pattern this way, and then come up by that same 2 inches. That way I'll blend up this dart and my pattern will be one piece, just like we have in the picture when you're cutting out this dress. It will now be one piece at this side so that you can easily do your eyelets at this side of your pattern. So now I'll come down by 1 inch here, or 1.5, and I'll connect for my yoke. So this is the basic yoke you're using for this pattern. So also what you do is come up by 0.3 here to avoid having gaping, and then come down by ½ inch here and reconnect so that your lacing area will not be popping up when you're putting on the dress. So now you're also going to drape this. So after we are done cutting this out, that is when we are going to drape this dress. So cut out that ½ inch you added, and I'll cut this out. placing your skirt, it will be on the waist. So now, just like I said, you're going to drape the back. So whatever you have from the front, from the back this way, is meant to go over to the front shoulder, right? So you can go ahead and use your pattern paper to sketch out. Then after sketching out, join the front draping to the back draping and then cut it as one piece on your pattern. So that's the easiest way to go about that. I'll now go ahead to just drape it out this way and then cut out what I have towards the armhole of this pattern. So also remember to add like a shoulder pad to this part of your dress. So this is the draping at the back yoke of the dress. So now we'll be moving over to the skirt pattern. So now here is my pattern for the skirt. So for your skirt, I did not see the lower part, just half of the skirt. So let's just say this is a straight skirt, and I'm going to mark my shoulder to waistline. So now you're also going to find your waist to knee point. My waist to knee point is about 18 to 19 inches. So because you want to mark this as a fitted skirt, draw out your straight line, draw out your waistline. So at the lower part of this skirt, I'm going to come up by 2 inches. This is just to make sure that the skirt is fitted at the lower part of the pattern, and I'll go ahead to draw a straight line. After drawing out a straight line, whenever I'm making a corset, I don't normally use a dart on my skirt. I'm going to mark my waist circumference divided by 4, and then I'll add my sewing allowance to the skirt. Here I'll mark my hip circumference. My hip is 40 divided by 4. I have 10 inches, and I'll add my sewing allowance. Go ahead and make use of any sewing allowance of your choice, and I'll go ahead to connect. So whatever I have here right now, I'll take out 1.5 inches from it. That is from my waist to, from my hip measurement, which is 10, I'll take out 1.5 inches, which will give me 8.5. Then I'll now add back my sewing allowance. So from here, I'm going to go ahead to connect, and then this is the skirt length. Whatever measurement I have here, that is what I will take to the skirt length, right? And I'll go ahead to cut this out. To cut out the back pattern of this skirt, I added like a zipper allowance. All you have to do is go ahead to take your pattern, place it on another pattern, and add your zipper allowance. So for your zipper allowance, you can use 1.5 to 2 inches. So for the skirt part, you notice that there's a design or an overlay on the skirt. That is, after you're done attaching your skirt to your dress, then create the basque, there's an overlay design on top of the dress. So I'll be doing that much later. That will be shared on my group, how to achieve that part of the skirt.